The 2010 Star Mazda Championship for the Visit Florida Cup began back in March at Sebring. Since then, Connor Daly has made the series his private playground. But this weekend, he'll have his hands full with Tristan Vautier, Kyle Lara, and a host of other challengers. Round 2 of the Visit Florida Cup from New Jersey Motorsports Park is next. Welcome to New Jersey Motorsports Park in Millville, New Jersey. Coverage of the Star Mazda Championship presented by Goodyear for the Visit Florida Cup. Today it's the Mazda Motorsports Festival presented by VisitFlorida.com. Hello again, everyone. I'm Rick Benjamin. Endurance ace Johnny O'Connell is alongside. Todd Lewis has our coverage today down on Pit Road. Almost in the midpoint of the 2010 Star Mazda season and our second Visit Florida Cup Championship event coming this weekend. And Johnny, we're about to see a young driver whose name we all know try to write some motorsports history.
Yeah, Derek Daly's son, Connor, has really been the dominant force this year. He's won 4 races in a row. He's leading the championship. No driver, Rick, has ever won 5 races in a row, and today we might see that happen.
Now, Connor is not the points leader for the Visit Florida Cup. The winner at Sebring, Tristan Vautier, has that honor. That could all change here today. Earlier, Todd Lewis caught up with young Connor Daly.
Connor Daly scores the pole position again for the race, just exactly where you want to be. Out front, heading into corner number 1. There's not a lot of areas to pass here, so far, so good today. Things are going your way.
We knew qualifying was going to be very important on this track. Last year there was very little passing, unfortunately, but we knew we needed to be up front. And fortunately, the Juncos team gave me the car to do it. It's great to be driving a really good car, and we're going to really go for it in the race.
Seems like you've been on your game pretty much since you arrived. I know you were dealing with a bit of a slick track in the test sessions, but you've been quick and out front just about all the time.
Yeah, the slick track is what everyone has to deal with. So fortunately, we all have the same conditions when we're out there. And we've been able to really take advantage of the conditions, and we've got a good car, and just got to keep it going for the race. We've got good momentum right now, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Connor Daly out front to start the race and hoping to stay there for the full 45 minutes.
Well, 1 year ago on Saturday here at New Jersey Motorsports Park, Connor waxed him. Had a little trouble Sunday, didn't do the doubleheader victory, but all the signs seem to indicate he's going to be very tough to handle here today. Johnny, a 2.25 mile racetrack, 14 turns, extremely challenging place.
It is. It's kind of what you would call a medium speed racetrack. Momentum's important. One of the critical areas is turn 1. We're running this racetrack clockwise, and turn 1 after the long straightaway. See a lot of guys drafting and overtaking there. The rest of the racetrack, though, you're going to have to get creative with your overtaking maneuvers because you don't have very hard, aggressive brake zones where you can, outbrake a guy. So, it's going to be critical for Connor at the start, to get that lead. If he doesn't, that's going to be his competitor's best opportunity.
Yeah, certainly passing on the start is one of the easier ways to get the job done. A standing start in this series as well. Very interesting, kind of a Formula One style start.
Very much so. And what's difficult is Connor is going to choose the inside in at corner 1. Well, that's a good thing to do, but it's also offline. So there might be a little bit dirt, there might be a little less grip for him versus his competitor. So it's going to be key to him to get a good start and lead coming out of turn 1.
Let's show you a little bit more about what these race cars entail. It's a just over 1,000-pound race car.
Yeah, these things are rocket ships. Their horsepower to weight ratio is spectacular, and the fact that you put in these psychotic 16, 17, 18-year-old kids in them, I don't know. That's like giving a AK-47 to a psych ward. But Mazda has just done an amazing job. The Renaissance rotary engine. Again, the rotary engine has been a consistent thing that Mazda's held in Formula Russell, Formula Mazda, all throughout the development of this series. It's 250 horsepower. These guys are now running on Goodyear Eagle Racing tires, and they're radials, okay? They changed the radials about 4 years ago because that's where the sport was going. Everyone's using radials. It's 160 miles an hour if you get in a track like Sebring. You'll be getting that fast. And, again, this is a series where these guys are learning their craft, learning what they're going to need to go into Indy Lights, Indy Cars, Formula One, wherever their career takes them.
A big part of the Mazda Speed Motorsports ladder for driver development, which is a huge part of what we do in Mazda, in motorsports here. Let's take a look at the season championship standings. 5 races have been run so far in the Star Mazda Championship. Oval track racing at Iowa last week. Connor Daly way out in front right now. He's got a margin of 45 points over Anders Krohn. He's won 4 straight, Johnny, 5 in a row. If he wins today, that would be history in the 20 years of the series.
Yeah, you know what? And we have seen some guys do well and get a lot of wins in the before. Rafael Matos had a great season where he won 4 in a row. And I know Connor Daly is going to show us great things in the future.
Let's talk about the Visit Florida Cup standings. Championship within a championship. Tristan Vautier, the only other driver besides Connor Daly to win a Star Mazda event this year. He's got the points lead based on that victory at Sebring. Goncalves is second. Connor was third at the podium that day, so he's third in the championship standings there. But that could all change after we get done here this afternoon.
You know, as we go back, through the grid here, you see, but for Connor Daly, everybody's pretty darn tight.
Kyle Lara, one of the JDC cars. Anders Krohn, the Swift Swede in the 47 from Anderson Racing, the Norse cutting entry. Back to row number 3, your starting lineup for the Star Mazda event. First of 2 on this weekend. Joao Orto in the 18 car and Michael Grenier in the 17. He's from Quebec, one of the Anderson Racing entries, the Slow Cow car. Orto drives for Team Apex, that's the Wabash Capital Investments machine. 4th row, Connor D. Filippi, another one of the Mazda Speed driver development ladder guys, a scholarship winner in the 11. Jorge Goncalves in that 9 has been pretty strong every time we've seen him.
Yeah, all these guys are right now at a part in their season where they really need to start showing things. We're almost halfway through the season. Connor Daly is one we're all talking about. These other guys, they got to start making a name for themselves.
Got to step it up now. Rusty Mitchell in the 5th row in that 66. New with Yukos Racing. See if he can step his program up now.
Yeah, Yukos Racing, this is their 2nd year, and I got to tell you, if you look at the success that they're having right now, they've got to be patting themselves on the back every night.
Chris Miller in the 85, another young driver part of the Mazda Speed driver development system, the ladder system bringing young drivers to prominence. Nick Andres in the 81 in row 7. Tatiana Calderon in the 25. She's part of the Yukos stable as well, and kind of trying to find her way. A couple of drivers who are part of the Masters program of the Star Mazda Championship. Patrick O'Neill in the 64. Jerry Kraut in the 55, who's had a lot of success in this series.
Yeah, we've seen Jerry years and years, winning races and doing well with the Masters.
Also Carlos Condi, J.W. Roberts in that older demographic group, as is Larry Pigram, but you might know Larry Pigram from Superbike racing, right?
Yeah, you know what, and he's given an opportunity here to run on 4 wheels, and I guess he's gonna get a taste of with some pretty crazy young guys.
Larry Pigram's got a lot of laps here at New Jersey Motorsports Park on 2 wheels, and he was talking about the challenge of adding 2 wheels to the mix and kind of trying to find his way here this week.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a completely different philosophy and how you approach things. And then again, remember, you're running against these young guys that are so hungry, for a career that, you're really going to have to step up to show what you can do.
Well, Connor Daly brings the pole-sitting car, the 22, into position now.
These guys are all nervous. They've got their right foot on the brake and the gas a little bit right now. This is actually a little bit downhill. They don't want to start rolling. Lights are coming up.
Yeah, here we go.
Start bringing up the revs.
5 minutes of racing about to unfold in Star Mazda here in New Jersey. Green and going, and we're underway.
Oh, really good start there by 19.
That's Kyle Lara from the 3rd starting spot. Daly the leader into 1. Vautier is 2nd. They're 3 wide back in the pack. Oh, 1 car goes around. Trouble in turn 1. Everybody else away cleanly. Another car off. It's Michael Grenier in the 17 over the rumble strips. Daly opens up a 4-car length advantage here in lap 1.
Again, we talked about it earlier in the 2-liter race, how good are guys, on the opening lap. And Connor Daly right now really wants to try to break away, make it so difficult for these guys to even consider, wanting to race with them.
We're seeing a yellow flag waving from the starter's stand here at start-finish. The 16 car, we saw that car spin and go off the track. Looks like he stalled. That is the car of David Ostella. He qualified 10th quick, the global precast machine. Ostella, one of our series regulars. We show green on the scoring monitors, but we saw a yellow flag waving from the flag stand. Ostella's got the visor up, which means he's dead stick.
He is not going anywhere. And this actually for Vautier and everybody behind Connor Daly could be a huge opportunity. If they're forced to go to a full course yellow, which they just are doing right now, this is an opportunity for Connor to get snake snake bit on a restart.
Oh, now the cars, of course, continue to circulate. The clock continues to run. This is a 45-minute timed event today here at New Jersey.
Oh, there was contact there.
Yeah.
You know, you could see him a little bit airborne. I can't tell who that was right there, but they touched wheels. And anytime you're in open cockpit cars, you know, you touch wheels, man, somebody's usually going for a ride.
Got to protect those four wheels at all possibilities, if at all possible. But in a situation like that, Ostello was badly offline when he came into that corner anyway, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Nosloff was on the outside of him, and so, they touched wheels, and sadly, David got the worst of it.
More of the Star Mazda Championship from New Jersey, part of the Visit Florida Cup in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Tristan Vautier from France. If I win the Visit Florida Cup, I'll go on the beautiful Gulf of Florida and the Siesta Key Beach at Sarasota.
It is summertime in these United States. A lot of families thinking about their summer beach vacations, especially in Florida. If you're thinking about what's been happening in the Gulf of Mexico, here's what you need to know. Florida has more than 800 miles of beaches and 1,260 miles of coastline. Plenty of places across Florida where you can enjoy crystal clear waters and a great beach vacation. See for yourself in real time at Florida Live. You see webcams, daily videos, get beach updates and real photos. Get the facts on what's happening. Florida Live. Part of visitflorida.com. Go to the website, take a look. You will be amazed. Plenty of great choices, plenty of inland destinations as well. One lap going on the board, 2 laps now on the board. Connor Daly in the 22, the Indec College Network machine. Right behind him is Tristan Vautier there in the 38. He'll restart second. This is last year. We're showing you some highlights. This is what happened to Rusty Mitchell in 2009 here on this same weekend. And Mitchell came around the corner, caught one of the molecule cars, went big air, knocked the nose off the car. Amazingly, he was okay. Well, he's back this season with a new race team. In fact, he's Connor Daly's new teammate. We talked to Rusty earlier in the weekend.
In the Star Mazda Championship, we're all familiar with the number 66 and the name Rusty Mitchell. What has changed is the competition level in this Star Mazda Championship. The competition, even within the Mazda ladder system, has increased, and Rusty has now become a member of the Juncos racing team. Rusty, I know you wanted to step up your program. Has it helped joining Juncos?
Oh, absolutely. To have a teammate like Connor and Tatiana and the whole Juncos team are very professional and very good. So I think over the next series of races, we're going to get even better and better, and hopefully that'll raise up my level too.
You get extra information having teammates, but does the competition also within the team help you?
Oh, absolutely. Connor and I, if I can just catch Connor, then we'll be good. I can't wait for the end of this weekend. I think it's going to pay off dividends.
Rusty Mitchell, now a member of Juncos Racing, and the benefits early on are starting to show.
All right, while we have a moment before we go green, we reintroduce our good friend Derek Daly, Connor's dad. You're mentoring your son, bringing him along. You're kind of in the family business.
Well, I would be the first to tell you that I have made all the mistakes you could possibly make in my career. To have Connor potentially take advantage of some of those mistakes and maybe just be able to guide him along the way is obviously a bit of a thrill for me. But as Johnny O knows, more than any other sport, in racing, when you put your helmet on, you're all by yourself. You have to perform.
Hope you can stick around for just a second. Want to get a quick update from pit road. Todd Lewis, before we go back to green, what's happening down there?
Well, it looks like they're going to penalize the front row for jumping the start. The 22 of Connor Daly and the 38 of Tristan Vautier both looked like they left early, according to series officials. The team is now trying to decide when to come in, what might be the best, but it looks like it's a stop-and-go penalty for both.
Wow, that's a setback for Connor, who's going for a record 5 wins in a row if he can pull it off.
Rick,
well, I hope they have video to show that clearly, because I have video that shows they didn't jump it.
Well, we did show the lights and the start, so series officials will be able to go and take a look at it. Looks like Connor and Vautier both are going to come to pit road before we go racing here. Some guys squeezing the ball. Contact under caution. The 64 gets bumped and goes around. Green flag in the air. Officials apparently don't realize the O'Neill car is sideways down there. I'm surprised they'd go ahead and throw the green.
Oh, man,
3
these
wide.
guys getting very aggressive. They know that Connor's out of the equation right now.
The 19 car of Lara is the leader, but Mitchell gets knocked off the course and will go full course yellow immediately. So Rusty Mitchell gets bumped off the racetrack. A big schlemazel coming off the final corner there, Johnny.
Yeah, you know, Rick, one of the things I always talk about these guys, and I love it, is their psychotic nature, you know, and the blood and the water feel that they get, you know, and when they saw Connor pull into the pits, I guarantee you everybody out there was like, whoa, it's a whole new ball game. Okay, and I've got an opportunity here, and that's why all this chaos is ensuing.
Kyle Lara on the 19 will be the restart leader, it appears. The 47 is Anders Krohn, full course yellow. An incident at the final corner before we went green, one in turn one after we went green, and a boarding start. Derek, you were saying you believe it's different, that Connor shouldn't be penalized.
You know what? Let's just enjoy the moment here for the moment, because it is full course yellow, which means Vautier and Connor have a chance to catch to the back of the field right now, and we'll just see what happens.
This actually provides Connor an awesome opportunity. I mean, I know Dad's looking at me like, God, I hate you, O'Connell.
Well,
but to come through the field, he can really make a statement to what is.
Let's take another look here. Now, does the wing have to stay in the box? Because look, he's rolled a little bit ahead before the green.
I don't believe so, because he's all the way out of his box. The car that's in third place, he's out of his box.
Yeah,
which is Lara. I'd love to. Could we play that back again in slow-mo?
I'm sure we can. Yeah, let's back it up. See, just like the old days, you call for a replay, we'll give it to you right away.
So Lara's front wing, who's third place right behind Connor, is already over the box.
Yeah.
So if that's adjudged to be a start, he's already boxed it. He's already missed it. So there's the lights. Here they go. Watch. No cars left. No cars left. We're still stalled. There's red. There's red. No car still left. Green. And then they leave.
Yeah. Boy,
that's pretty clear cut to me.
Yeah. All right. The O'Neill car from the final corner. A lot of action in the first lap or so here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Back with more of the Star Mazda Championship.
I'm Rusty Mitchell, and when I win the Visit Florida Cup, I'm going to head to Key West and learn how to surf.
All right, we will see if Rusty Mitchell is able to do that after a wreck here before the after the initial start and before the restart. His chances take a huge hit indeed. The 19 car, Kyle Lara, will be the restart leader. We'll see what happens. Connor Daly and his front row mate Tristan Vautier being penalized. The 9 car looks like it's headed for pit road, getting set for a restart. 27 minutes of racing to go, and we are underway here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Green flag is back in the air. Big scramble down into turn 1. Lara, Krohn, and Orto, the top 3.
These cars do draft well. We saw a lot of that in the MX-5 race earlier today. Right now, everything's nice and clean.
Looks like Krohn has gotten the drop for the lead. The 17 car and the 11. That's Michael Grenier, Connor DeFilippi getting together. Big scramble. Remember, because of the cautions and the restarts here, we've got some fast cars at the back of the field now.
That are going to be cut and diced and working their way through.
The 23 car is off.
Walt Bolin,
one of our Masters competitors, started back in 21st spot. He is off, gets it refired. Let's take another look at what happened to Bolin. Just a round coming off the corner.
He went,
just lost it off into the grass, yeah. So we're back underway. We will stay green with 26 minutes to go. The 47 car out in front. That's Anders Krohn. Got the drop on Kyle Lara as they came down into turn number 1.
You know, and Krohn's got to be very hungry. Again, remember, he put the car on the pole at Sebring. I think he was expecting to have an easy go of things, and has not produced probably the way he would like to. And you know, again, with Vautier and Connor out of things for right now, this is an opportunity.
Kyle Lara on the 19 car. Anders Krohn, part of the Anderson Racing stable, the JDC car of Lara. They're trying to draft around, take the lead back into 1.
Him with a good move.
Nice move. But as we talked about during the MX-5 Cup race earlier, Johnny O, if you're going to win a race like that, you can't do it on the last lap because that's way past the start-finish line.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now, these guys are really, you know, cut and dicing. I think Lara probably feels he might be a little bit stronger. But that was a very good overtaking maneuver going into turn 1.
One more look at it here. Down the front straightaway into 1.
See him picking up the toe right as they get to the braking point. Okay, not before. He didn't telegraph it. He waited, stuck it in there. Nice move.
As we watch the leaders, the 19 car in second. Kyle Lara's machine, second last time by, but got the lead with that bold move into turn number 1. So he's out in front and pulling away. And the question, what about Connor Daly? What about Tristan Vautier? Well, Daly last time by was up to 11th as he picks his way through the field after the penalty. We'll take a look at the top 5, cycle you back. Here's Connor on the charge. the inside, up to 7th position now. What a bold series of moves by Connor Daly to get back into the mix here.
Well, you know, it's like I told you, I mean, the kid's, he's in the zone, he's motivating, he's really got a rhythm going for him this year. And like I said, this is an opportunity for him to show his racecraft. I mean, he's been leading, he's been dominating. Now he has to pass guys. Now he's got to work hard.
The 17 and the 18, Grenier and Orto running 4th and 5th. Back there in 6th is Chris Miller as we look back a little further in the field now. Less than 24 minutes remaining, so on the clock, we're about halfway. And a long period of full course yellow to start things off. It's been wild ever since. We'll be back with more of the Star Mazda Championship for the Visit Florida Cup from New Jersey in a moment.
A week ago, Star Mazda Championship teams were racing on an oval track. This week at New Jersey Motorsports Park, they're making both left and right turns on the road course. Series official Kate Gunlock can tell us what the teams have to do to change from the oval setup for the road course.
Well, an oval setup is truly unique in that the car is set up to go only one direction. And in doing so, you align the suspension so that the car moves on its own. If you were to push the car through the pit lane, the car turns left on its own. Apart from the general rule of thumb for ovals, the aero packages play a big part in the 2 ovals that we went to, which are truly unique packages in themselves.
A unique setup for oval tracks. Now we want to straighten the car out so they can turn left and right here at New Jersey.
There's your race leader, the 19 car, one of the JDC entries of Kyle Lara, who's been out in front since all the scrambling there on lap number 1. And he grabbed the lead, getting by Crow.
And sees an opportunity. Again, Lara, just ran a 17.7, fastest lap of the race. He's got clear racetrack in front of him, and he is really going to try to aggressively push, open it up. And I'm sure his guys are on the radio telling him, okay, just hit your marks, push, dude, push.
Watching Lara add to the lead. 1.6 seconds the advantage. Last time by the stripe. Anders Krohn settling into second. Di Filippi up to third now.
All right, now this is cool because Connor just answered that with the quickest lap of the race at a 72. So, if he can get a couple of clear laps, get and catch guys at the right time, he still has an opportunity.
Can we get a full course yellow?
Yes.
we can't
easy
call
now,
for that.
Dad, easy. Not under our control. 21 minutes of racing go in this 45-minute timed event. Star Mazda Championship presented by Goodyear, part of the Visit Florida Cup today. Part of our Mazda Motorsports Festival presented by VisitFlorida.com. There is the 11 car of Di Filippi, part of the Mazda Driver Development Ladder, part of one of the Mazda Scholarship winners. Lara, your race leader in the 19. Di Filippi pretty impressive as well.
I've watched him now for the last 2.5, 3 years. He's very good. He went to the Skip Barber School and won the karting scholarship.
Yeah.
That was the start of his racing career because Mazda funded his step up into racing cars, and then again won the Skip Barber Series last year, which funded this season in Star Mazda. So he is definitely a product of those young Americans who are hungry to go racing, don't have the support, and a company like Mazda steps up and said, not only will we support you, we'll write a check to help support you, and Di Filippi is a product of that. Just great to see him doing so well. But Lara is good. I was surprised that Lara qualified so well in 3rd place, but it shows it's no fluke because he is actually has a commanding lead here over Anders Krohn.
Watching Anders Krohn and the NCA car in 2nd spot. Todd Lewis, the Anderson Racing boys have to be pretty pleased with this, I would imagine.
They are pleased to see the 47 car running up front. They said it's an unexpected surprise that they're happy to deal with right now with Anders Krohn being in the position of 2nd and trying to chase down the leader. They also are very relieved that they have resolved their fuel pickup problem. As early as this morning, they were having difficulty with fuel pickup. The car was not getting the fuel necessary to generate the power. They believe they've solved that this morning, and now it's in the hands of the driver to do what he can to get the most out of the car.
Kyle Lara continuing to lead. Krohn 2nd, Di Filippi in 3rd position. And Michael Grenier, Joao Orto, Chris Miller, and Connor Daly the top 7. Daly, of course, going for 5 straight wins in the series. Pole starter, penalized for jumping the start, according to Star Mazda Series officials, along with another driver up front on the front row, Tristan Vautier, who won the season opener at Sebring. Both drivers sent to pit road for a drive-through penalty that put them at the back of the field for the restart, working their way back up. Now Vautier is 8th, Daly is 7th, but the 19 car, Kyle Lara, seizing the advantage here. 1.6 seconds. The gap now back to the 2nd spot, Anders Krohn.
and Connor just got caught up to Chris Miller. So what's going to be real interesting to see is, we move to it right here. See how easily he's able to get by him. And get two guys easy, get by him a whole lot harder.
Especially in cars like this, Derek Daly, where the engines are identical, tires are identical.
A spec series, you don't have big chunks of advantage over people, but you're right. I mean, that teaches you racecraft. You have to monitor what the other car does, decide where you're strong and he's weak, and try and make the move as soon as possible. Because what he doesn't want to do is stay behind Chris Miller and lose touch further with the leaders, and he's not able to make it by yet.
Yeah, but here's, you know what? Again, he had a few opportunities where he might have been able to be aggressive and take a risk. And so I like, again, you've got to show wisdom. You've got to be patient, knowing that, okay, once they get to the front straightaway, yes, it costs you a lap, but you will get by going into one.
Right.
Off the final corner, out from under the bridge here, coming to the front straightaway to put another lap on the board. Inside 18 minutes to go in this 45-minute timed event. First of a doubleheader weekend. Wrapping up day one of our coverage. Daly behind Miller.
And you see him right now picking up the toe, moving to the inside.
That's going to be for position. That'll give Connor Daly 6th. With some time to work here, we probably got time for another 10 or 12 laps. Todd Lewis, what's the story?
Well, you're right about Connor Daly has found his way towards the front of the field, but now the passing becomes a lot more difficult. The challengers up front are much stronger. So as Derek Daly and the rest of you have mentioned, that it becomes a point where you want to get by, but you can't make an over-aggressive move. You have to also think about the championship picture. Yes, right now Connor Daly has a big lead in the championship, but remember, Anders Krohn is running in second spot, so he will gain points as it stands right now. You want to think big picture, but also it would be nice to move up a little closer to the front.
See, that's another great point. The closer you get to the front runners, the more difficult it becomes because they're just faster. Faster, better. You got to be more careful, but hey, you've been up to that challenge before, Johnny O.
You know what? It's so funny because, and Derek, you might have been here too. I've been put in the situation, and I know where your brain goes and where your head goes. And watching Connor, get by Miller, and then I want to say he was exiting 3, and just seeing the rear of the car just dancing, like if, a gust of wind would get him sideways, but just holding it right there, I mean, it's really cool knowing where he is and what he's trying to achieve.
We'll be back with more of the Star Mazda Championship for the Visit Florida Cup from New Jersey in a moment.
The Star Mazda Championship within a championship, of course, is the Visit Florida Cup. Dan Anderson is the president of Anderson Racing, the owner of Anderson Racing, participant with a multi-car team, and also has very close ties to the state of Florida.
Yeah, yes, I do. I'm proud sometime resident of Florida, and I've got my racing business all situated in Palmetto, Florida, in Manatee County.
Well, it's almost become a destination, Anderson Motorsports, as part of Florida.
Well, I'd like to think that. I'm not sure we're quite there yet, but we have a beautiful facility in Palmetto. It's a go-kart track and a racing test track. My race operations are there. My USF 2000 series is based there. And I have a condo near there and a house further south. So I'm pretty much solid Florida all the way.
Well, and it obviously has some advantages to being in the state of Florida.
I love the state. I've been going there. I'm based in New Jersey personally for my whole life. But now I'm gradually moving into Florida. It has a lot of economic advantages. Certainly the weather is a huge advantage. It's hard to work sometimes because it's so easy to play down there, so that is somewhat of a distraction for me. But I just opened another business down there besides racing because I like the state so much.
Dan Anderson, he's convinced Florida's the place to be.
Star Mazda Championship presented by Goodyear, part of the Visit Florida Cup, one of the 7 races. Visit Florida Cup Championship this year. With Johnny O'Connell, I'm Rick Benjamin. On pit road for us, Todd Lewis, and the legend, Derek Daly, stopping by in the Star Mazda coverage.
In my own mind.
Yeah.
This is getting interesting here because they're beginning to close up. Vautier, you see him here in the black Anderson car, just got caught behind Chris Miller. Other than that, he was able to stay sort of in Connor's wheel tracks, but now he's got the same frustration. And again, you have to show patience. See what he's doing? He's trying to line him up. He's on a different line, trying to line him up as he shoots out of this left-hander here and down this front straight.
Well, I think, Derek, they all recognize their best opportunity is going to be to use the draft and that's what he's been waiting for and trying to time. He timed it a little bit early.
And you're sure we can't call for full close?
I don't
yellow,
think so.
right? Okay.
I don't think so. You never know.
We don't have that power on television anymore.
We do not. We do not. No. Not in this environment.
Good move, Vautier.
Yeah. Vautier getting by in the 38 car, picking up that spot. That will move him to 6th position now. Getting him around Chris Miller, make it 7th. Connor Daly still 6th. Vautier 7th. Miller 8th. Juan Pedrojita is 9th. And J.W. Roberts is 10th in the 65. I haven't talked much about him today. There's your race leader, Lara, in the 19. Here's Crone running 2nd. 3rd spot belongs to DeFilippi there in the 11 car. Star Mazda Championship presented by Goodyear. Running order top of your screen. 13 minutes left on the clock. More of the Star Mazda Championship from New Jersey, part of the Visit Florida Cup in just a moment. Back to Star Mazda Championship for the Visit Florida Cup. We're at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Here's Connor Daly in the 22, the Index car right up behind the 18 machine. Joao Orto's car. This will be a battle for 5th position and 6th position.
Now what you'll probably see Connor trying to do is throw a couple fakes, get in the mirrors a little bit, try to draw them offline a little bit.
So difficult to make the move here. These corners are just such high entry speeds. The risk is just too high. So Walt Boland now moves out of the way, having had the leader come by. He's now aware maybe the rest are behind him. So thankfully he's moving out of the way. Look at Horto, gets wide, puts a rear wheel on the curb. And you're right, Connor's probably going to try and line him up right here for the left. Oh, that's risky right there.
Choosing the right line over there.
Okay, here we go.
Very tough part of this.
Okay, this is nip and tuck right here.
4th position, Orto in the 18, Daly the points leader in the 22.
You know, and what you saw, Orto there, losing line a little bit, I think worried a little bit more about Connor than really just trying to do his job.
Side by side, Daly makes the pass. Picks up another position, trying to get back to the front after the penalty for jumping the start. He and Tristan Vautier, the front row starters, sent to the back on a drive-through penalty. Boland moves out of the way for these faster cars as well now. So put Connor Daly into 5th. Orto is 6th. Michael Grenier is next in line for Daly. He's in 4th spot in the 17 car. But we're running short of time. About 9 minutes of racing to go. Time for maybe 6-7 laps here for the checkered flag contest. 21 on the board. Long yellow period starting this race. We had 2 incidents coming to the initial green.
Remember, this is the JDC team who won the championship last year. This is John Church's team. No Star Mazda inside out, upside down, and backwards. So they know what to do here, know how to win. And Lara, who has not been their #1 driver in the past, but he's doing a good job here. Because you know the pressure, Johnny, of being in the lead. All the eyes watch you. Can you be mistake-free under this pressure? Can you pull off the first win for the team and for yourself this season?
The hardest thing for any driver is getting that first win. You know, once you have that, it's very easy to maintain that, to keep it. But it's very hard, you know, to get it in your mind.
You have to learn how to do it.
You got to learn how to do it. And Lara, again, remember, he's been doing this a couple seasons now. This isn't his first rodeo. So, you know, if he is able to get a win here, you know, that'll be, you know, huge momentum for him, not just for, you know, tomorrow, but, you know, going through the rest of the season.
Anders Krone continues to run 2nd, about 2.3 seconds back. Connor DeFilippi another 3.5 seconds back in 3rd. Then it's Grenier in 4th, Daly in 5th, Orto is 6th, Vautier, Chris Miller, Pedrojita, and Gonzalez now, or Goncalves, I should say. Jorge Goncalves in the top 10 as we watch the 2nd place car, the 47 of Anders Krone. Here comes your 3rd place car of DeFilippi. And right now, I don't know, with the time the way it is, 7.5 minutes roughly of racing to go, the gaps are too big.
I think they are. I don't think... Trying to get by Horto, I know Connor lost quite a big amount of time to Grenier because Horto was pretty close behind Grenier. But you know what? It is what it is. And in the long haul of the championship, if you can't win or be 2nd, next best thing is 3rd, 4th, or 5th.
Sure.
Keep bagging the points.
Well, you know, and it's a funny thing because, you know, I, in my career, never had money, never was in good stuff. And I kind of had the motto that if you can't win, be spectacular.
Yeah.
Be the guy, but you know what? It worked. Be the guy at the end of the race that they said, I can't believe that guy did that, you know, or that this guy pulled that off. And right now, you know, Connor going from, you know, from last, you know, and right now he's running 5th. He might be able to get up on the podium still. You know, I mean, that is a story right there.
Connor Daly, the points leader, 4 wins in a row, coming in bidding to be the first driver in Star Mazda's 20-year history to win 5 races in a row. Does not look as though he'll be able to close that deal here today, but he'll get another chance tomorrow. 1 year ago, won one on Saturday. Sunday didn't go quite as well. Things can change dramatically in this overnight.
Very much so, which is why you have to be so technically accurate, which is what these young drivers need to learn.
Yeah.
That's why this series is so powerful. If you don't, it's easy to know why you're slow, because the car is bad. Do you know why you're fast? If you know why you're fast, you have a chance to reproduce that day in, day out. That's what these drivers need to learn at this level. How accurate can you be technically to make this racing car go as fast as it could go?
More of the Star Mazda Championship from New Jersey, part of the Visit Florida Cup, in just a moment. Welcome back to Star Mazda Championship for the Visit Florida Cup. We're at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Kyle Lara still the race leader by 2 seconds. This the battle for position for 4th onto the front straightaway.
He's got the draft. He should be able to make this one work going into 1.
Daly in that green and white car.
No.
Does Connor have difficulty with patience, or is he a very patient racer?
He learned last year in 2 particular races, Mosport and 3 Rivers, where he was the fastest car on the track, and he made 2 small mistakes. He said afterwards, I just got to calm down and not be aggressive. I said, no, you keep your aggression and you add to your package, you add patience. So I think today is probably a good example of him coming through the field and exhibiting patience. I mean, that front straight down here inside Grenier, that was a potential lunge down the inside and close your eyes.
Very tempting when you see the door open
and
there,
hope it comes off when you know there's only 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
But that was a good show of patience again.
Yeah, inside 4 minutes to go. Leaders in some lap traffic again. Walt Bolin moving out of the way. There's Kroll, the second place car. Trailing the race leader, Kyle Lara. 2.3 seconds the gap last time by. Lara in the 19 has done a terrific job taking advantage of the opportunity, the door that opened for him. Off the final corner,
And
back
you
on
know
the
what?
front
And
straight.
he's hit his marks, you know, consistent, done everything right, not made a mistake. You know, the same can be said for Kroll.
Should have about 3 laps to go. 3 minutes and 13 seconds of racing.
All right, Connor is close enough this time to get a better toe.
Down into turn 1, 4 position. Daly to the inside. Looks like he got it done. There's your 19 car of Lara, the race leader. There's Kroll. Next in line, one of the slower cars, the 72 machine. That's Larry Pigram's car, the motorcycle racer. And Daly has gotten by the 17. So give Connor Daly 4th position with that pass at the end of the front straightaway. Nicely done.
The only problem is he lost 2.5 seconds to Connor DeFilippi. He's into the mid-19s trying to get by Grenier.
Yeah.
Ran 17s earlier on. So you know, he's probably out of time, but he can be happy.
The top 4, not shabby at all, coming from the back of the field.
Happy with his performance, not happy with what happened earlier.
Sure.
All right, so you're his dad, okay? Is he going to be showing the Irish temper when he gets out of the car? Is he going to be?
No, I do that. he doesn't do that.
For an 18-year-old, Connor is very even-tempered, in my experience.
Very much so.
Which is great.
Me and you, Johnny, we're red hair, fiery temper. Not him.
Oh, boy. 47 car of Cronin second. There's your race leader, Lara. Inside 2 minutes to go. So we should have time for 2 more laps. Should see the white flag next time by.
Yeah, Connor's close enough. He is close enough to get up on the podium.
Connor DeFilippi in 3rd position. The gap was about half a second last time by.
Oh,
watch the 2 leaders come by. Slower car on the inside.
This is the Connor. They are very good friends. Came up through the same Mazda support system. Whoa!
The 11 car, Connor DeFilippi, one of the Mazda scholarship winners. Connor Daly in that Index College Network 22 car.
Now, DeFilippi is right now seeing himself, how the heck did he get up here?
Yikes, yikes.
Got it. Patience.
White flag next time by. This is for 3rd here at New Jersey Motorsports Park.
DeFilippi taking a little bit tighter defensive line.
It's okay. I would do that too on the second last lap.
Oh, but DeFilippi got a little loose there going into that corner. You can see him having to work the wheel.
Connor just has to think about this run onto the straightaway. This whole lap has to be about that one exit.
Coming to the
Timing
final
it
corner.
right.
White
And
flag in the air for the race leader, Lara.
But I think Connor that time, based on what I saw going underneath the bridge, is pretty good. DeFilippi blocking to the inside.
Battling for third down into turn one. Fellas, let's look at turn one. This is for third spot.
Oh, DeFilippi, huge held him off.
Waiting for that battle for third to come around. Final time around this 2.2-mile layout at New Jersey Motorsports Park. They call it the Thunderbolt course. The 11 and the 22 still fighting for third. So Connor Daly not able to get around DeFilippi at the end of the front straightaway. This the final lap of this Star Mazda Championship event. Slower traffic now in the mix. Lap cars are key back.
Could get interesting.
Kyle Lara will go unchallenged to victory, it appears. He'll break Connor Daly's win streak at 4.
Oh, he got him.
Spot
He
to
got him.
Anders Krohn, and we'll see who has it. Connor Daly to the inside. Looks like he will get third from the back of the field after an early penalty. What a great drive for Connor Daly, who will add to his championship lead, it appears. The final corner for Kyle Lara. Fist pump for Lara. He will win the first of 2 Star Mazda Championship events here. But a great entertaining race. Wild action at the beginning. We had 2 wrecks as the field came to the start and got the green. Derek Daly, great to have you
Thank
with
you.
us for a few moments. Great win for Kyle Lara. Anders Krohn is second, and Connor Daly rallies to finish third. We'll have more from New Jersey Motorsports Park. Our coverage of the Mazda Motorsports Festival presented by VisitFlorida.com is being brought to you by VisitFlorida.com. Thinking about your Florida beach vacation and what's happening in the Gulf? Go to Florida Live at VisitFlorida.com for real-time information. And by Mazda. On any given weekend, there are more Mazdas road race coast to coast than any other brand. Star Mazda Championship, first victory of the season for Kyle Lara. He's with Tom.
Kyle Lara is climbing out. Already got a little shower of water to celebrate. You can see by the smile on his face. What a terrific drive. You just seem to be getting stronger and stronger as the day went on.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, the team did an awesome job. In the beginning of the weekend, the car wasn't as good as you wanted, but we worked really, really hard 2 days in a row. And now we are with winning, and hopefully tomorrow will be the same.
Was it a bit of a surprise to you to find yourself out in front after the penalties and the carnage at the start of this race?
Yeah, after the first lap, I saw that I could pass like Tristan, the second guy. My car was better than them. Connor, I knew that would be tough to pass, but my team called me in the radio and told that they jumped to the start, and sadly for the kind of racing, but good for me, and I just maintained the pace and was awesome.
Smile on his face says it all. A victory for Kyle Lara, first one.
Yeah, you know what, and it's so nice to see that, the happiness on his face, so you can hear it in his voice, because, you get that first one, you can make other ones follow.
So Lara, the winner. Anders Krohn settles for second today. Connor Daly, what a drive coming from the back. It's great to have Derek up here with us, his dad. But to come from the back of the field to third with only 30 minutes to get it done, incredible.
You know what, I'm sure he's very frustrated, but you know what, this is the type of race that not only builds character in him, but shows people, wait, he can race, all right? He's not just a fast guy. So, it's really cool and a good event for him.
Connor DeFilippi has to settle for fourth. Michael Grenier, Vautier, Joao Orto, and Chris Miller, the rest of the top 8 here today. So Connor Daly, who started on the pole, a little bit of a question about whether or not he actually did jump the start. Of course, Dad Derek saying absolutely not. Shouldn't have been a penalty. But a little bit of a controversy here. Now let's get more on that story. Let's check in back downstairs with Todd.
All right, mixed reviews on whether or not it was a penalty or not, but in the car, you just had to deal with it.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got to deal with anything that's thrown at you. I think the series is it's been tough calls this year with some rules. I know blocking is disallowed, but there were several times where cars were all over the inside of the track. So I don't know, it's just, what happened, and I'm in it for the championship, so I was just trying to be smart. And, the guys raced me hard, and that was good. The car was fantastic, as the lap times proved. So I just got to be thankful to the Juncos racing team. It was just interesting day, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoy, that was just, it was fun.
Connor Daly didn't start out very well, but finished pretty good with a podium.
But you know what? He touched on something really cool, and that he said, it was fun.
Yeah.
And we all start out when we're, first time in a go-kart or whatever, it was for fun. You want to win races,
Sure.
you want to win championships. But, today he had a reminder of what this was really about. It's not about records and all that kind of stuff. It's about having fun. Him going to the back, working to the front, that looked like fun to me.
Well, that'll do it for our coverage today from New Jersey Motorsports Park. The Star Mazda Championship presented by Goodyear, powered by Mazda, part of the Visit Florida Cup Championship and the Mazda Motorsports Festival. For Johnny O'Connell and Todd Lewis, I'm Rick Benjamin, congratulating our first-time winner, Kyle Lara. We'll see you next time.